/side projects. And thank you to Rich for sponsoring. Shadow governments are a bit of a recurring theme in conspiracy theories. For some, the notion that a secretive, malevolent hierarchy is behind all the world's problems is a bit of a tantalizing concept, providing an emotional scapegoat for the hopeless and, frankly, quite often dull realities of the world's problems. But don't throw away your tinfoil hat just yet, because what if we were to tell you that deep in the Californian countryside, nestled among the mighty redwoods, sits a 2,700-acre campground where the world's elites gather yearly to discuss secret things and take part in pagan rituals? Well, sure enough, this exists. Ladies, gentlemen, let me introduce you to the Bohemian Grove Club. The existence of this club is no secret. Indeed, it has been discussed from time to time for decades now. But what is more elusive is the reality of it, as quite understandably, such a club, frequented by such people performing such rituals, has been subject to plenty of wild speculation over the years. So, let's go over what we do know about it. For sure. Bohemian Grove is indeed an exclusive fraternity, counting among its members some of the most powerful men in the Western world. It was founded in 1872 by a group of journalists, artists, and musicians who sought a haven from the hustle and bustle of city life. Over time, as the club's members began to invite guests, the membership demographic shifted. The artists and journalists found themselves rubbing elbows with business magnates, military commanders, and politicians, including several US presidents, with notable members including George Bush Sr. and Ronald Reagan. Yet, despite the change in its membership, the club retained its bohemian ethos of reveling in music, theatre, and nature. Much of the club's controversy stems from its highly secretive nature. Members and their guests must adhere to a so-called weaving spiders come not here motto, i.e. what happens at the Grove stays at the Grove. Journalists are also notably banned from the premises, ensuring that the activities at the club remain largely hidden from public scrutiny. So, knowing this, you're probably wondering how we know anything about the club at all. And that is the product of infiltrations, investigative journalism, and hidden footage. One such infiltrator was Alex Jones, and yep, that Alex Jones, who managed to sneak in with a hidden camera in the year 2000. His footage revealed an enigmatic ceremony, the cremation of the Care, where members don costumes and immolate a coffin effigy named Care before a massive owl statue, a spectacle ostensibly linked to a reverence for the surrounding redwoods. The club's spokesperson admitted the footage's authenticity, but downplayed its significance as a traditional musical drama celebrating nature and summertime. Further insight came from Spy magazine writer Philip Weiss, who in 1989 infiltrated the encampment, posing as a guest for 7 days. His expose inside Bohemian Grove is our main and really only source for a detailed understanding of what actually happens there each year, documenting the peculiar and supposedly liberating ritual of public urination practiced by the rich and powerful attendees. He also documented plays where men portray women, comedy shows, and lakeside talks featuring high-ranking officials sharing otherwise undisclosed information. Knowing all of this, it's hard to restrain the imagination, really. I mean, it's a forest full of the Western world's elites partaking in all sorts of pretty bizarre rituals. I mean, we wouldn't blame you for speculating and starting to connect the dots in your minds, but we should stress, as damning as it may look on the surface, evidence of any great machinations occurring at the club have yet to surface, and current evidence simply points to it being an extravagant camping holiday in which the world's rich and powerful men relive their university days. But still, a secret society of the rich and powerful does indeed exist, so for our purposes, conspiracy proven.